my role is to administer the council and to look after them and deliver their wishes more than anything else. I come into contact with the public almost on a daily basis through people that come into the office and when we're out and about at the various facilities that we own, the park, the cemetery, the allotments, etc. You probably noticed with the accent I'm not from the area. I've moved over here now. So I didn't know a lot about Immingham, and it takes some time to build that knowledge. Now I've been here about 18 months now, so hopefully I'm starting to get a feel for what the town needs and what the wishes of the council are more than anything. I'd just like to see a bit more of an inclusive community. Immingham, and I've said this before, rightly or wrongly, perceives itself as the poor relation of Grimsby and Cleethorpes, and I think it's long overdue that it was put on the same status. There's some really good people here, and it can be a lovely town. I think the recent In Bloom campaign has lifted the whole town, so there's a lot of scope in Immingham over the next couple of years, and I think there's a momentum really starting to gather. I think the people themselves need to get involved with the town. There's plenty of different ways they can do it. We've got One Voice Neighbourhood Management Group. We've got an approachable town council now. We've got a fantastic third sector in Immingham. I think somebody told me there are more voluntary groups in Immingham than anywhere else in North East Links. So there's plenty for people to do, but it's about motivating them to get involved. And if there's any way we can help that, then we will. And our website promotes the different groups. We give out grants to different groups. I think the people want to do it. I think sometimes it's the lack of knowledge and they just don't understand how they can get involved and that they'll be welcome to get involved. So let's empower them and let's make sure that they're not put off. You know, whether it's In Bloom, whether it's allotments, whether it's swimming club, it doesn't matter what it is, but you've got to put a bit back. This new localism agenda is going to be driven through whether we like it or not. So I think there's scope there. Let's see what happens. I personally have a vision. I don't know whether it's shared by council, although I'm led to believe that a lot of my members are very supportive of it, and it does tie in again with this localism agenda. My view is that strategies are best delivered by the parent authorities. So North East Links will deliver the strategies and the plans for the future. But I believe that services are best delivered locally. So we're almost taking this back to 1974 when there were urban district councils and all those services were provided by local people, because then you get a little bit more pride and a bit more passion in the job. So there's no reason why we can't maintain the grass verges, why we can't look after the parks, why we can't run the library. Now, they're not short-term issues, but I would like to see over the next 3 to 5 years, the medium term, that we could discuss with North East Links how we can best bring these services back so that they are delivered locally, cheaper and better as well. I think, from my point of view, clearly that the willingness from the town council to take on the Lensman scheme has been a big factor from myself. It's a scheme that I've operated at other councils. I made no secret of that. I was cautious to put the scheme to council because it does have a cost to it. But we've been fortunate enough for the ward members to come on board, and ABP, private sector, have come on board. Summerfield have contributed to the scheme. And people have said, well, is it dual rating? Are we spending the same money twice? But clearly we're not. If you look around Immingham, what we're really doing, we're just putting that little bit of TLC on the top. We're just looking after the places that get missed. So the passageways that don't get swept as often, the road signs that are dirty, the graffiti that's on the telephone boxes, they're getting moved and they're getting done quickly, and people are noticing because we've had so many positive comments about the scheme. Pete's a real character. He's doing a fantastic job. It's on a 12-month trial, so council are going to have to come back and decide they want to do that again. But in my mind, that's the scheme that council's put in over the last 12 months that's made the biggest difference.